Hello and happy National Coming Out Day. Now, I know that the journey and process of coming out is an emotional one and often difficult for a lot of people. But what I can tell you is that living and presenting as your true, authentic self in the world is the best feeling in the world once you finally embrace that and accept that and are able to do that. Now, my name is Emily Better, for those of you who don't know me, and I am a late life lesbian and the late life lesbian coach. So, for me to explain that, I was married to a man for 11 years. We had a son together, but I ultimately realized I was truly a lesbian. We got divorced, I came out, and I'm now remarried to the woman of my dreams. And I now use my journey and experience to help other women go through this process as well. But I wanted to hop on here and just say happy National Coming Out Day and also offer you guys three sort of tips or bits of advice for your own coming out journeys. So, number one is to give people time and space. So, think about it, at least for the women that I work with, and maybe this has been your own experience too. It often takes years for us to fully embrace who we are and to come to terms with our sexuality and to be ready to finally come out and present that. Not always, but a lot of the time. And so think about that when we come out to people. When we come out to our parents, when we come out to our friends, we come out to family, come out to coworkers, whoever it is that you're coming out to, all of these people have gotten to know you in a certain way, in a certain light, in a certain manner. For me, everybody knew me as a straight married woman with a son. And so when I came out, this was pretty shocking. And people had to sort of retrain and process this on their own because I was coming out in a way and presenting myself now in a manner that they didn't know me as. So this takes time. In the same way it took you time to embrace this and be ready, it sometimes just takes other people time to sort of wrap their mind around this new normal. This is a change. This is something that sometimes didn't see coming. Sometimes you have the people that maybe saw it coming, and you also sometimes just have people that are very easy, go with the flow, and are just like, oh, okay, cool, great, thanks. But for especially women who are coming out later in life and who are married to men like I was, telling people that you're now a lesbian, although I believe many of us feel that we were always a lesbian, that we just now realize that we're lesbians, but telling somebody, oh yeah, hey, by the way, I'm a lesbian, we're getting divorced and all this stuff, it's a big upset, and it's a lot to sort of digest and handle. So, excuse me, just because somebody may not welcome you with open arms to start, it doesn't mean that they won't get there. So, my tip with that is just to give people time, give people space, give people grace to process. All right, now my second tip is be okay answering people's questions. Now, I know that a lot of people get irritated by uneducated questions from people who may not truly understand sexualities or how all of this could happen. But if people are actually asking you questions and seem to have a genuine curiosity, questions are a good thing. Questions are people showing that they're trying to understand the situation. So be okay answering those questions for people, because the more that they can understand, the more that they can start to process, and the more that can help lead them to acceptance and being okay with this new normal. So keep that in mind. Again, it's kind of that same as holding space, having grace, being okay to answer their questions. Now, the third little bit of advice I have is to know what your boundaries are around coming out and around the conversations that you'll have with people. So, of course, while it is good to give people time and give people space and to answer their questions, it's definitely not okay for anybody to, be mean to you, to demean you, to, bring you down, belittle you, things like that. That's not okay. And that's when you need boundaries to protect yourself and separate yourself from that situation. So let's say you are even just having a conversation with somebody and maybe it's getting a little heated or emotional, and it's just not, it's no longer like a good productive conversation. An appropriate boundary might be something like, hey, I really want to be able to talk through this more with you, but it seems that emotions are getting really high, and let's go ahead and just take some space right now to sort of calm and re-regulate our emotions, and let's maybe plan another time to revisit this when we're both in a better emotional state. It's a boundary saying, I'm not going to continue this conversation at this type of emotional level. And you walk away and you leave that conversation, and you wait and see, can that person come back with calmer emotions and be able to continue that conversation? Just one example of having a boundary in it all, because you do also have to protect yourself, and boundaries are there and important in ensuring that you are protected. You can hold space, you can have conversations, you can answer questions, but it doesn't mean at the expense of yourself and your own mental and emotional well-being. You still need boundaries to help protect those things for you. So I hope that these tips are helpful for you. I absolutely wish you the best on your journeys. And if you are a woman that is similar to me, that is married or in a relationship with a man and struggling to come out and struggling with how to handle all of this, check the link or the description below. There are links to my website, the support program that I offer that offers personal coaching and community with me and other women going through this journey to help get you through this and to get you to a place where you are able to live as your authentic self. And then I also run a late life lesbian community, which is just a safe space for women to come together at all aspects of this journey to talk and connect and gain support. And so if you're interested in either of those things, the links are below the video. Once again, happy National Coming Out Day. Wish you all the best.